Imagine John Wick for a second, right? It's a fictional character, he exists in his own world, which is grounded in reality. Now let's give him Rasen Shuriken ability and have him throw Rasen Shuriken at people instead of shooting them with a gun. You'd probably go like, well, that's dumb as fuck. And I'd go, but it's a fictional character, why are you so mad about the fictional character, right? Then you'd say, well, Rasen Shuriken doesn't work in a John Wick setting. Now, apply the same logic for Yasuke, and let me tell you that you guys are shilling hard. The thing is, fiction or not, every work is bound by its own rules, and when those rules are broken, so is the immersion. Assassin's Creed universe, albeit with its own twists in history, is still grounded in it. Otherwise, what's the point of having all these historical figures and events? Just make an entirely new world with its own rules, simple, like Afro Samurai did, and that shit was cool as hell. Yasuke's inclusion, given his role, breaks immersion entirely. He lacks all the necessary skills to be an assassin, and he wasn't even a samurai to begin with, just a retainer. This guy is supposed to be a lot slower than the Twink Ninja, but in combat he zooms across the battlefield in a blink of an eye. Try making sense out of that shit. Speaking of combat, it feels like a sloppy ripoff of Ghost of Tsushima's combat. It's spongy, it's awkward, AI is junky, and it's just off. It's like Naruto failing to copy during the Chunin exam arc. It's painful to watch. Don't even try the excuse that AC games were always bad when it came to combat, because they didn't have to be. It's been a major criticism of the game, of the series, since the franchise began. And now, almost 2 decades later, Ubisoft still can't address it. At what point enough is enough? Given all the controversy surrounding Yasuke, Ubisoft is panicking and has started removing him from their promotional materials, which ironically caused them even more backlash. Ubisoft has dug itself a hole and forgot to bring a ladder or rope to get out. At this point, all they're doing is damage control. The world design is beautiful though. The design is clearly built around the Twink Ninja. She takes all the advantage of the world around her, and Yasuke is just shoehorned into it, busting through walls like it doesn't belong. The dude can't even perform a proper leap of faith. Can't even perform a proper leap of faith, man. You can't make this shit up. You can't sneak close to animals without them noticing you when you try to draw their portraits. The only thing he excels at is going,
Don't you know who I am? I'm the Juggernaut, bitch!
so what exactly is the point of having him in the game? Not dear Ubisoft, Ubislop. Since you are shit at making RPG games, allow me to let you in a little secret. There's this thing called skill trees. Skill trees let players tailor their characters to a specific gameplay style. So you don't have to create a shallow second protag just in the name of a different playstyle. Keep that in mind for your next game, because creating a second main character and having them fleshed out costs a lot of your non-existent money. The dialogues and English voice acting is absolute garbage, straight up unbearable, man. There's not much to say. The delivery is soulless, mouth movements aren't synced, and the lines often feel like they were generated by TikTok AI voice that you hear on Reddit story shorts.
So we've got some dialogue choices here, Charles.
I am the new Rengashi, my lord.
Yeah.
Could you not tell by my appearance?
Why would a Rengashi
We'll talk
carry
about those in a
such
sec, folks.
armaments? To mete out punishment for bad verses?
The young lord has an intimate understanding of this place.
According to Malik for Play, who played the game at closed event, Ubisoft sits you down, lets you play the prologue, then logs you into a different account to play a selected section of the game. And it seems you're barricaded within that specific region by invisible walls. Why is Ubisoft so scared of letting people explore the world at their own pace? Probably because the game is buggy as hell. I mean, even during Ubisoft's livestream, it bugged out within the first 10 minutes. The whole situation reminds me of Cyberpunk 2077 gameplay reveal. Remember how hyped we were for that shit, only to find out it was fake? Contrast this to KCD2 gameplay event. You had freedom to do whatever the fuck you wanted. And for longer too, 7 hours. Although they didn't let players record every aspect of the game, people still came out of that praising the game. The only good thing about Assassin's Creed Shadow at this point seems to be parkour. And that's it. I mean, if you're dying for a samurai game, there are plenty that blow AC shadows out the water. Like Ghost of Tsushima, Sekiro, Nioh, or even Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. Though I haven't played that one yet, but I am planning to buy it. It's been an absolute blast watching Ubisoft fall from grace. I've got my snacks ready to enjoy this peak entertainment. The ideal ending is either Ubisoft shuts down or gets bought by a more competent company who can give us a decent Assassin's Creed game. That's all I gotta say about Assassin's Creed Shadows. See you later, guys. Cheers.